All right, let's go ahead and move on here. Trading back from number 13 could be a possibility for our 49ers. I want to go ahead and kind of explain and give you guys some examples on how this would work. So San Francisco, as we know, 0 day 2 picks. And that means no picks in rounds 2, 3, and 4. It's very important for our 49ers, in my opinion, to go ahead and get more draft picks on day 2. Now, they have multiple first-round draft picks, meaning trading back could be very, very possible. Here's what you got right now. You have 13, 31, and then you wait on day 2. You don't have anything on day 2, and then you get to day 3, 5th, 6th, 7th, plenty of late round, practice squad, third-string guys to be able to be had there. But I think we need to go ahead and grab some second round and some third and maybe even some fourth round draft picks. And to do so, you would have to go ahead and trade back. So the question then becomes, do you want to trade back from number 13 or you want to trade back from number 31 overall? But before we get into that, there are some crazy good, I got to get this off my chest because there are some really good jerseys happening right now in terms of sales. 25% off when you go to chatsports.com/49 jersey. Link is in the description. All of them are literally 25% off. So if you guys want to get ready for the 2020 season and you want to get your Kittle jersey right now, it's today. Today alone is the day to do it. Go ahead and use our 49ers promo code there, chatsports.com/49 jersey. You'll get 25% off whenever you go ahead and buy it. Okay, so again, back to trading back. 0 day 2 picks. It's very, very important to go ahead and get some day 2 picks. And but the problem is, how are you going to trade back and where will you trade back from? Now, we mentioned earlier, let's say you're sitting there at number 13 and the Raiders and Jets who are at 11 and 12 take CeeDee Lamb and Jerry Jeudy, and you don't want to take Henry Ruggs, which maybe the 49ers don't like Henry Ruggs. I don't know. I'm not sitting in those draft meetings. Then you could go ahead and trade back. Now, you wouldn't have to trade back too far because look who's sitting at number 18 and number 19, the Dolphins and the Raiders. There are some very real possibilities for our 49ers to go ahead and move back to both of those spots. We'll start with Oakland. This trade right here, to me, would be a home run trade for the 49ers. Look at this. You would give up number 13 overall to Oakland, meaning Oakland would have 12 and 13. They'd stack their first-round draft picks, which is honestly very, very powerful in today's NFL draft. But San Francisco, as you see, would go ahead and get 19 overall, 80 overall, and 91 overall. So you would just move back a couple of spots. You move back 6 spots in total and getting 2 day 2 picks, 2 third-round draft picks. I would do that if Lamb and Jerry Jeudy are not there for San Francisco. Now, how about Miami? They're just really 1 spot ahead of the Raiders there inside the top 20. So you would give up number 13 overall. Miami could, I don't know, get another wide receiver for Tua. If they draft Tua, who knows what Miami does with number 13. But San Francisco will get number 18 overall and then number 70 overall. These all work out via the draft metric, which kind of ranks how high and how much a draft pick is worth. And so putting the numbers together, we came up with some of these trades right here. I would do this one as well. Again, if Lamb and Jeudy are not there, you don't want Henry Ruggs, you could probably still go back to 18 and get Laviska Shenault or get Denzel Mims or get Jalen Reagor. Like, there are plenty of wide receivers that will be available at 18, 19, 20, 21. Denver wants a wide receiver at 15. Obviously, Oakland wants a wide receiver at some point between, 13 or 12 and 19. But that means there's still going to be other wide receivers the 49ers could go ahead and grab. These make a lot of sense. We'll go ahead and throw one more. This one, a lot of you guys aren't going to like this trade right here, but I think San Francisco could do this again if they are not sold on any of the first-round wide receivers. So you give Miami 13 overall. You would then trade back to one of the other Miami draft picks, which is 26 overall, but you'd pick up a second. So see, you get a first, a second, and a fourth for number 13. So you're coming all the way back to 26. But guess what? There are still great wide receivers at number 26. Denzel Mims out of Baylor might turn out to be the best receiver in this draft. A guy I personally have seen in person and covered, and I can vouch for. He's fantastic. He would be there at number 26. So really, all of these trades work in a sense that San Francisco just has to decide who they think the best wide receiver is. And if it is Denzel Mims, then you sure as heck move back. That way you can go ahead and pick up more day 2 picks and still go ahead and get your guy. Question here, I want to see it in the comment section here. To the 49ers trade one of their 2 first-round draft picks for extra day 2 picks. Type 13 if you want to trade number 13. Type 31 if you trade number 31, or type no trade. I want to hear from you guys in the comment section. We'll go ahead and read those right now. A lot of people are saying trade 31, keep 13. That makes sense, although you're not going to get as much. Like 13 versus 31 in the first round is a massive difference overall. 13 overall is one of the biggest bargaining chips that we have right now. You get multiple day 2 picks and still get a first rounder, whereas 31 is not going to give you a first rounder. It'll give you second round draft picks only, so you lose the chance of taking 2 players in the first round. All right, let's go ahead and move on here to Mel Kiper's latest 3.0 mock draft. He has Jerry Jeudy going to the San Francisco 49ers at number 13 overall, saying he's the perfect fit for San Francisco, as of course we need help since Sanders left for the New Orleans Saints. Jeudy last year, best receiver at Alabama. There were a lot of good ones, though, 3 to be exact, including Henry Ruggs. 77 catches, 1,100 yards, and 10 touchdowns for this guy who was honestly, it's between him and CeeDee Lamb for number 1 in terms of best receivers, and it's like 1A and 1A. Like they're literally both going to be great, so it doesn't matter who Kiper mocks us in terms of having, but he thinks Jerry Jeudy. If Jerry Jeudy is there at 13, all those trades that we mentioned, the 49ers trading back and possibly getting this guy or getting that guy, take those off the board. I would take Jerry Jeudy in a heartbeat. Now, this is assuming that he's going to be there, and the problem is that, of course, you got Oakland 1 ahead of us, and then the Jets ahead of them. It's going to be very, very difficult for both Lamb and Jeudy to go ahead and fall to number 13 overall, because all these other teams could use wide receivers. It's a very heavy wide receiver. It's a very heavy wide receiver draft overall. The other mock he has is a cornerback at number 31, and it's not the one that you would think. It's not C.J. Henderson out of Florida. It's the Auburn cornerback. Excuse me. He's a pre-draft riser at corner overall. He's a converted wide receiver, so he lacks that preferred size, but he has the wide receiver hands, even though he caught 0 interceptions last year. Funny thing is, Henderson, who we talked about last week from our last video from Florida, had 0 interceptions in 2019. Noah also 0 interceptions overall. Would you want a corner at number 31? I mean, sure, it wouldn't be the worst pick in the world, but if we take a wide receiver at 13, then maybe you do trade out a number 31 overall, because there are other corners later on in terms of getting him in day 2 and day 3, whatever the 49ers want to do. We'll see what corners are available. I'm very curious to see what other teams are going to do in terms of cornerback, because for all intents and purposes, for as strong of a wide receiver draft class it is, it's not that strong as a cornerback draft spot. Maybe 3 cornerbacks in the first round at most, with Okudah and Henderson going for sure. Grade Mel Kiper's mock in terms of the 49ers getting a corner and a wide receiver with their 2 first-round draft picks in the comment section. A, B, C, D, F. I would give it a B. I think a B is fair overall. Probably a B+. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section overall. Java asks, likely OBJ will come to the Niners. Well, I'm actually glad that you asked. And we talked about this in a 49ers report just a couple of days ago. But apparently, there's some new news in terms of Odell Beckham Jr. So if you watched my video from a couple of days ago, we mentioned that Odell Beckham Jr., according to ESPN's Bart Scott, is going to be traded. Now, of course, I said, wow, the Niners have been linked to Odell Beckham Jr. before. Well, why don't they go ahead and trade for him? Well, Fox Sports' Jay Glazer came out yesterday and said there is no truth to the 49ers and Odell Beckham trade, and for that trend's purposes, there's no truth in OBJ being traded as well. So you have Bart Scott from ESPN, Jay Glazer from Fox, and they're saying different things. Here's the deal. I think he is available right now for the right price. I think if you wanted to give number 13 overall, Cleveland would gladly give you Odell Beckham Jr. But I think Cleveland is not in need of trading OBJ, because I think OBJ is excited to be a Brown next year, because Cleveland is, in my opinion, going to be better than where they were this past year. So OBJ last year, the stats weren't great. Still was a 1,000-yard receiver, but had the core muscle injury, so played through a lot of really bad injuries. I do think there is truth to this. I'm going to go against Joe Glazer. I'm going to go ahead and stick with Bart Scott on this one. I think he is being shopped. It would cost a lot. I think if you could get him for the 31st overall pick, I would do it. How about that? For the 31st overall pick, I would do it. I would not do it for number 13 overall. So that's how I would do it right now. So I would say no BJ overall. But if you guys want to weigh in, would you rather have Odell Beckham Jr. or not? Type OBJ to get Odell Beckham Jr. Type no BJ if you do not want Odell Beckham Jr. on the squad. Good Lord. A lot of people are saying no BJ right now, including some bad words saying bleep no. We do not want Odell Beckham Jr. Okay, well, there you go. We tried. I still think if they would take number 13 overall, OBJ in this offense would be absolutely unstoppable. And I think Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch, and of course all the great leaders on this team, the veteran leaders like Richard Sherman, would be able to go ahead and weigh and kind of weigh him down and keep him on the straight and narrow, if you will, in terms of being a diva wide receiver. A lot of no BJ. I'm telling you, I would go ahead and do it for number 31 overall. I don't know about you guys. I would do it for number 31 overall. Okay, are you guys stuck at home right now? I'm guaranteeing like 99% of you guys are at home right now. Thumbs up if you're sitting at home watching this video. Here's the deal. If you've never watched this channel before, or you watch the channel daily, but you don't you're not subscribed to the channel. I don't know what you're doing. We're working here from our houses for your entertainment. So click the red subscribe button right down below, or I guess above, depending on where you're watching from. If you're watching the chat right now or watching me. That way we can keep giving you guys 49er off-season videos every single week. Chris P. Bacon, he asks, you know, there was a famous, funny viral news article of a woman reading the news laughing about a pig named Chris P. Bacon. If you want to look that up after our video, it's very, very funny. Think we can get rid of Matt Breida? Well, a very interesting question here. We actually are going to be talking about Matt Breida on this channel. The answer is yes. Apparently, San Francisco might be shopping Matt Breida at this very moment because the 49ers have too many running backs. So here's the deal. They placed a second-round tender on Matt Breida during the free agency period, meaning if another team wanted to go ahead and sign him, they would have to sign him and then give up a second-round draft pick to go ahead and get him. Now, that does not mean he cannot still be traded before the draft. He probably will be traded before the draft, and that is because the 49ers backfield is so jam-packed. There are too many running backs for San Francisco, and when you start to break it all down, which we'll do here in just a second, the 49ers have way too many running backs. They're not going to be able to get them all the football. So the first question is, should we trade Matt Breida? Let me know in the comment section down below. There are other running backs to go ahead and keep, but I would argue that Matt Breida is the most expendable of all the running backs in the 49ers backfield. Now, here's how it looks in terms of 2019 stats. Mostert obviously was number 1, Coleman 2, and then Breida in there at number 3. But what you got to remember now is that they just restructured Jerick McKinnon's contract. So you have Raheem Mostert, Tevin Coleman, Jerick McKinnon, Matt Breida, Jeff Wilson Jr. That's 5 running backs on the roster for the 49ers right now getting ready for training camp. That's way too many. They're going to trade one of them. Now, is that Tevin Coleman? Is that going to go ahead and be Matt Breida? It's probably not going to be Jerick McKinnon because he restructured for like the veteran minimum. He's getting paid nothing to play for the 49ers in 2020. So I really think that Matt Breida's time is coming up sooner rather than later. You got Jeff Wilson Jr., who played well in flashes. I think that they could go ahead and trade him before the NFL draft to get some more draft picks. Now, before you comment, yes, trade Matt Breida for a second-round draft pick. You will not get a second-round draft pick for Matt Breida. Let me say that again. Matt Breida is not worth a second-round draft pick. You would be lucky to get a 4th or a 5th-round draft pick for Matt Breida, and that is even a little bit of a stretch. So you want to trade Matt Breida like I do, that's fine, but don't expect to get, oh, look, we can get a second-round draft pick for this running back. No, he was injured last year. He was productive in 2018 and 2017, but not productive enough to warrant a second-round draft pick, especially in this NFL draft where you have Jonathan Taylor from Wisconsin, you have who's the other one? J.K. Dobbins from Ohio State, DeAndre Swift from Georgia. There are a lot of good running backs in this draft who are going to be better than Matt Breida. You can get them with a second-round draft pick, so you're not going to get a lot, but I would be okay with go ahead and trading him. Some people are saying get rid of Tevin Coleman. I guess that's fine, but I would keep Coleman. I would keep McKinnon. I would go ahead and trade Breida. Now, go ahead and pick a running back. What do you guys want to keep? You want to keep Matt Breida, type B? You want to keep Jerick McKinnon, type M in the comment section down below. I'm very curious to see what you guys think about this one. B to keep Breida, M to keep Jerick McKinnon. Let me know in the comment section right now. Someone says Breida, get rid of McKinnon. Breida is worth at least a 4th. See, like Captain Soul just said, Marquise Goodwin and Breida for a second. There's no team on this planet who would give us Marquise Goodwin or who would take Marquise Goodwin and Matt Breida for a second. It would never, ever, ever happen. They are not worth the second-round draft pick. Second-round draft picks are very, very, quote-unquote, pricey in the NFL draft because teams only get one of them. Okay, a lot of B's. Oh, wow, a lot of B's and a lot of M's. Okay, so we're moving back and forth on this one overall. All right, if you're just joining us, there's a deal that I have scoured the internet for, and I have just for you 49er fans. Chatsports.com/49 jersey. The link's in the description right now. 25% off today. These jerseys, authentic NFL Nike stuff. This is the real deal, 25% off. So when Kittle resigns, which he's going to do very, very soon, you can celebrate with a brand new George Kittle jersey. The red one looks so sweet, and it's 25% off. That's a crazy good deal right now. It's like $25 off a $100 jersey if you do the math right for a George Kittle jersey. The link is in the description box right now. Chatsports.com/49 jersey.